Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I have some pretty exciting news to share with you. I have been officially accepted into Texas A&M and will be attending as a sophomore in this upcoming fall. I thought it would be a really great idea to hop on here and show you guys how I exactly applied and ended up getting accepted into Texas A&M and all the steps I went through to get here. Before I go any further, I want to pause for a second and ask you guys to remember to like this video and subscribe. We've already hit 100 subscribers on here, and I'm so thankful for every single one of you. You all mean the world and encourage me so much to continue doing what I'm doing here on YouTube. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment them down below. Maybe comment if you are planning on attending Texas A&M at some point or transferring and what major you're doing. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing you want to do is contact your advisor. Every major at every college, at every university has advisors or counselors for that major. Make sure you talk to them. They're going to have the best advice for you to transfer because they're ultimately going to be the ones accepting your application. They're going to be able to tell you important things like the minimum amount of hours you need to have to be able to transfer, the GPA requirements, and the relevant coursework that you have to take. Once you know this stuff from your advisor, then you can go on to step 2, signing up for the required coursework. Registering for coursework that you know is going to transfer is super important because you can work towards your degree already while not even being a student at Texas A&M yet. You can still be on track to graduate the same year that your class is meant to, and you're going to be able to take more of the exciting classes and get your basics out of the way by the time you get into A&M. Step number 3 is just go to class and get good grades. The grades, I know it seems silly, but they're important. Some colleges may be more competitive than others, and so to make sure that you are very competitive against the other transfer students, make sure you have a higher grade in all your classes and don't just slack off your freshman year. Number 4 is to make sure before you transfer or during like your first semester, you're going and actually having a meeting with your advisor. This shows that you are really interested in becoming a part of their major, and a lot of them even write your name down or put you on a spreadsheet, so whenever they're going through applications, they can go and look at your name and see that you put in the extra effort to come and meet them and talk to them in person. If you don't really know what to talk about at this meeting because you've already emailed them about all the stuff that you think you need to know, here are some things you can talk about. You can talk about your future. I know that whenever I went into my advisor meeting, I talked about me wanting to go to vet school and my best route to get there. I talked about wanting to do an equine certification and maybe do the livestock judging team. And so my advisor was able to draft me kind of a blueprint of what my coursework would look like in the fall when I transferred. You can also talk about the application process. You're about to go through it and they're there to help you apply. So if you have literally any questions like what website you're meant to do it on, the essay, any other sort of small things, they're going to be able to help you with that. If you do this before you end up registering for your spring semester courses, you can also in person just talk to them about what classes they suggest you take in the spring before you apply to Texas A&M. Step number 5 is kind of vital. It's applying. This is really up to you how long you end up staying at whatever college you're at before you end up transferring. I only wanted to stay a year because I really wanted to get involved at Texas A&M on campus and be able to get more experience under my belt for vet school. You can totally stay at your junior college or community college, or if you even go to another university for a year, for 1 to 2 years. One thing to just keep in mind that there is a minimum and a maximum of transferable hours. This does not mean by anything that you cannot transfer after you have done X amount of years. If you are a junior and you still hate your school, or you are not comfortable in your own skin there and it just doesn't feel like the place for you, transfer and it will be okay. As long as you talk to your advisor, there is a chance that some of those upper level classes in your major at this particular university you're trying to transfer out of aren't going to even transfer to Texas A&M or wherever you're trying to transfer. If you have already overstepped or overreached the amount of hours that you can take, if you have already overreached or overstepped the maximum amount of transferable hours, make sure you just talk to the advisor. I'm sure that they can just discredit some of them and you would just have to take them again whenever you end up transferring. I personally ended up applying in the spring of my freshman year for my fall transfer. I think the application was in like January or February, maybe March. It was just in that beginning chunk of the second semester. I used Apply Texas and I ended up copying one of my previous college applications on that website. You can also use other college websites. If you're from out of state, you might have used a Common App. Use whatever is suited for you. Make sure that you check and you are transferring with a transfer application. Don't use freshman applications if you're not going into your freshman year. The essay is an essential part of your application process. Most college applications come with an essay, especially transfer applications. For me personally, and for Texas A&M, I know that the counselors at every single individual major have a different essay they want you to write. I cannot, and I don't know about other universities. Like, I cannot speak about them because they might have something different situated there. I know you need to go and talk to the advisor of the major you're wanting to transfer into about what they really want you to put in their essay. They want to know. For me, I know my animal science advisor told me that she wanted me to write about my future goals and how my animal science major and Bachelor of Science is going to help me. And they also wanted to know like what I've done in the past, and they also wanted to know like what I would be able to contribute to the major as a whole. Number 6 is a little bit different. If you are applying as a freshman, such as I, and you were only doing 2 semesters, you are probably going to get something like a transfer deny letter. This is what mine looks like. It's not anything bad, and it does not mean that you didn't get accepted. It just means that the requirements for you to transfer have not been met yet. And this is very common, and I think she said usually like 80 to 90% of all transfer applications get a transfer denied letter. For me, it just meant that I had not completed 24 hours like I needed to successfully be able to transfer. And I had also not finished my Chemistry 2 class, which is one of my required coursework for transferring. All you have to do with this is just wait until you get your grades for the spring semester, and then you can send in your transcript and they will go through your application again and be able to accept you. Step number 7 is to get accepted and gig 'em. All you have to do after you've applied is just sit and wait. And I know it's going to be annoying, and I know it's going to be awful, but if you have put in all this hard work your whole freshman year and through this whole time of your college career, and you really want to transfer, it's going to be worth waiting that month or 2 just to get accepted. If you ever have any more questions about your application during this time, you can always contact your advisors and see why your application is taking a little bit longer. I know some people who still haven't even gotten accepted to A&M yet. It just takes a little bit longer for some colleges to get accepted. Or you can also call the admissions office at your university and make sure that they have your right transcript and your application is successfully filled out, because if it's not, then that's probably why they're having a hard time accepting you. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you a little bit. and made you feel a little less anxious about the future and applying to university. As always, if you have any more questions for me, don't hesitate to leave comments down below. I can help you guys figure out your transfer requirements if you need them. I really hope that you guys have a fantastic day today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!